All right, Darren. I'll ask you three things. Tell me, how has music evolved you as a person?
Oh my. Well, it's done so more than anything else, I'd say. It was always a very prominent and important thing in my life. And then, matter of fact, just about 100 yards that way when I was 14, I cracked my head and got airlifted, the hospital, all that good stuff. Should have been a lot worse off, but when I did get back, couldn't surf or do anything like that for a while, and my sister lent me her guitar, and so from that moment, it's like a coalescence between the two things, the music and that life-changing injury. So ever since then, music has
It's been a part, it's been, yeah. See, like with you and me, in my opinion, if music never existed, I wouldn't have a point in living, because
exactly
music touches our soul in a way that nothing can ever touch us,
Oh, really? In an intangible way and in tangible ways.
Yeah.
And then furthermore, it's I've lived my life since that day as though I lived that day to play music, and an important kind of reason for that beyond the obvious and just the music itself is it's a great way of communicating things, and there's a lot of activism that needs to happen right now, cultural activism.
We need changes. I don't know how we can keep on, just messing up knowing the fuck we're doing,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, second question.
A good vehicle for it.
Music is a way where everybody can connect to each other. No shame in anything. Just, us two vibing,
Common ground between
all right.
Everybody.
Second question.
Yeah.
If you can describe your life in one word, how would you describe it?
Oh. Well, I'd say the first word that comes to mind is unique.
How so?
Again, stemming from that head injury, I just even before that, if I recall correctly, I had notions such as this, but I just I believe for the most part that I lived that day to be playing music and to be activistic, and
that's something great.
But I think is a lot different than the life a lot of people live, at least internally, mentally, like what the things I think and everything, and largely on account of that accident.
Honestly, I would live the way you live if it means that I can be happy at times too, instead of just living a life that's not that's not me,
Oh yeah.
All
music,
right.
And again, music, as far as that happiness, that's I've experienced a lot of unhappiness.
Yeah, man. And a lot of my parents used to when I was a kid, it was just my dad. He'd drink, and since first grade to sixth grade, the smallest things agitated him, and he just put all his frustration into me. I had to find a way, and I think lifting for me was something that I could just that weight I was pushing up was my problems. I'll move it around. All right.
It takes your mind off of everything else, and you can just be focusing on one thing. That's if it's not happiness, that's it's as close as I.
Yeah. All right. Final question. All right. If you could talk to yourself in the next 10 years, what would you want to tell yourself?
I'd apologize to myself for the immaturity that I will have enacted during that 10 years. I look at myself even just a year ago, half a year ago, and I've noticed this year after year since I became aware of it first. And that is I could look at myself just half a year or a year ago, and I always think, oh man, you still have so much to learn. And so at a certain point, I gathered on account of that I can, at whatever point I'm at, I can pretty much bet that I've got a lot to learn. And so, I suppose I'd congratulate myself in 10 years for the success.
Hey man, the world has so many things to offer, bad and good.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'd like to thank you for giving this interview.